Prophecies on the verge of coming true. China launches naval warfare and its outcome. In light of the recent tensions between the US and the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, along with the CCP's vigorous preparations for war, many are concerned about the possibility of a conflict between the US and China in the near future. Do you think this is likely to happen? If so, where might it occur? Today, we will delve deeper into this topic by exploring Nostradamus's prophetic verses. We hope for your support and companionship by subscribing to the channel. Without keeping you waiting any longer, let's get started. One particularly noteworthy quatrain is, Century Third, one after combat and naval battle, the great Neptune in his highest belfry, red adversary will become pale with fear, putting the great ocean in dread. In this quatrain, Nostradamus refers to the red adversary, which many people associate with the CCP and Russia. However, it is generally believed that the CCP embodies the red color most significantly. How does the CCP revere the color red? The flag of the CCP is entirely red, and all of the CCP's congresses are adorned in red. During the Cultural Revolution, there was even a youth army known as the Red Guards. The history of the CCP has been written in blood. Since its establishment, the CCP has reportedly killed around 80 million citizens through various political campaigns, a figure that exceeds the total deaths in both world wars. The relationship between the CCP and the US has grown increasingly tense following the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to a report by Derek Morgan, Executive Vice President of the Heritage Foundation, as of December 2023, the estimated economic damage caused by the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States has soared to over $18 trillion, accounting for approximately 13% of the nation's net worth that year. Many governments and individuals have accused the CCP of being responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic, although the CCP has, of course, refused to acknowledge this. The CCP has also increased its influence and attempted to manipulate America from within. Recently, on September 3rd, the U.S. Department of Justice discovered and charged Linda Sun, a former aide to the governor of New York, for espionage on behalf of the CCP. Nostradamus called the red adversary an enemy, perhaps because he foresaw the calamity this adversary would bring. Many have suggested that this red adversary is the enemy of humanity, and those knowledgeable in Revelations believe that the CCP is indeed the red dragon mentioned in the Bible, persecuting the faithful and relying on its atheistic doctrine to bring disaster upon humanity. Now, let's continue to analyze each line of the verse to understand what may soon occur. After combat and naval battle. According to Nostradamus, the red adversary will initiate a naval battle. The recent tensions at sea have drawn attention to this verse of his. The battle that puts the ocean in dread will naturally involve major powers with strong naval forces, such as China, Russia, or the US. According to the 2024 Global Naval Power Ranking by the World Directory of Modern Warships, WDMMW, the United States possesses the strongest navy, followed by China and Russia, respectively. In the rankings, the U.S. has a total of 243 ships, including 11 aircraft carriers, earning a total vessel rating, TVR, of 323.9 points. China follows with a TVR of 319.8 points and has 422 ships, including 3 aircraft carriers. Russia ranks third with 232.3 points and 264 ships. If the Chinese Navy and the U.S. Navy were to engage in combat, it would indeed instill fear across the ocean. Recent moves by China have made many people think of Nostradamus's prophecy that is about to come true. On July 14, 2024, Russia and China conducted joint naval exercises in Guangdong Province, southern China. China is building the largest military since World War II, producing warships and missiles faster than any other country. Its forces are regularly operating beyond the first island chain and have recently surpassed the second island chain. On July 8, 2024, the Chinese Navy and a patrol bomber fleet from Russia arrived in the Bering Sea near Alaska. U.S. Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall III warned that China is enhancing its military capabilities in preparation for a major war with the United States. He advised that the U.S. must maximize the strength of its armed forces to counter this threat. In response, the U.S. plans to deploy long-term nuclear submarines at Guam, an important move to bolster military power and prestige in the second island chain. In your opinion, if a naval battle were to occur, where would it break out? The great Neptune in his highest belfry. In Roman mythology, Neptune is the god of the sea, holding supreme power over the oceans. The term belfry refers to a bell tower, an important architectural feature of churches. The bell tower is often the highest point of the church and symbolizes the significance of the bells. The higher the tower, the farther the sound of the bells can reach. The image of Neptune in the highest belfry suggests that his oversight and authority over the sea are at their peak. The highest belfry may symbolize witnessing and controlling all activities at sea from a supreme position, indicating ultimate control or a significant event occurring under the supervision of Neptune. This stanza paints a picture of a great and dramatic conflict at sea, where an important battle could change the political and military landscape. Neptune, the god of the sea, positioned in the highest belfry, may also imply that this event is unfolding under the supreme supervision of naval forces or great powers at sea. Lines 3 and 4. Red adversary will become pale with fear, putting the great ocean in dread. The red adversary will be put in a state of extreme fear, indicating that this war will cause these great powers to feel danger and tension. This may reflect their defeat or confrontation with a significant threat that they cannot control or anticipate. Ultimately, the notion of the great ocean in dread emphasizes that the impact of this conflict will not be limited to the warring powers, but will also affect the entire naval system and global maritime activities. The dread of the ocean could indicate a significant change in the operations of naval forces or military strategies, leading to major adjustments in how great powers interact globally. In summary, according to many experts' analyses, Nostradamus predicts that the CCP is about to initiate a naval conflict, waiting for the opportune moment, especially when the United States faces difficulties, chaos, or global upheaval, which could likely lead to this event. Initially, this naval battle may involve only a few countries, but it will later see many participants, resulting in an intense conflict. Mines, aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, fighter jets, and various weapons will strike fear into the creatures of the ocean. The battle will contain many unexpected and dramatic elements that will terrify the red adversary. This may include a type of weapon that we have never encountered before, as military secrets are often not disclosed. Additionally, natural factors such as earthquakes, tsunamis, or storms, potentially caused by supernatural forces like Neptune, could bring many surprising elements. The final outcome is predicted to be that the initial aggressor ultimately becomes the defeated party. Many believe that the red adversary will fail and that the United States will be aided by the great Neptune, possessing supreme power and control over the oceans. Oh, I wonder if Xi Jinping is watching this video. If he intends to initiate a naval conflict and realizes that Nostradamus has predicted such an outcome, he might reconsider. If so, that would be a good thing, right? Because we all want to live in peace. But in any case, what is meant to happen will happen, and it often lies beyond human desires, especially for ordinary people like us. The symbol of Neptune in Nostradamus's poetry also represents a supernatural power, a supreme entity that decides everything that occurs in the world. Nostradamus emphasizes that this world is a play, and it is crucial for us to maintain goodness and follow the teachings of the Supreme Being. Studying these prophecies opens a different perspective on this ever-changing world and requires us to have an open mind, as each person may interpret things differently. The prophecies of Nostradamus continue to captivate people's hearts. See you in the next videos, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support and accompany us in the final chapters of history.